Hello. How's it going? I'm Darts. If you have never been on this page, I don't know how you got here, but welcome. I am the creator of this page. I also provide meditation classes. DM me. My website's in my bio if you don't know. So today is going to be the third video in my dimension series, let's say. And I'm going to talk about the 7th, 8th, and 9th dimension. So if you haven't seen the other videos that I created, go back and find them on my page and then come back to this one. Because this is the third video, I guess, that I've created. So I am just going to do a quick recap of what I went through the last couple of videos. So the first dimension, you can access it from your heart in meditation. It's also kind of where we start as a little cell. Then the cell starts to kind of have a realization of I am something. And then it splits into a positive and a negative, which is also female and male. So that's the second dimension. Also, the duality, I can't say that word ever, of life. So in order to experience the positive and negative, the body then is created, which then creates the third dimension, which we live in this 3D avatar. And then after the third dimension, it kind of splits and there's like a square. Kind of, if you think of a bottom of a pyramid, is the fourth dimension. And I think the fourth dimension is easy to understand if you think about the different seasons, the 4 seasons. So spring, summer, winter, fall. It's kind of like how our life works, right? So you're born. You may or may not reproduce, but you kind of go through life. Then you get old and you try to, not old, you get wiser and you try to integrate your life. And then you die or you transcend or you go somewhere, right? And that's really the fourth dimension. Now, the fifth dimension is all about love, not being non-judgmental, and just being able to see the lessons from the third and fourth dimension. The sixth dimension, we then become creators, or you are working with guides, archangels, creating this existence that we live in. So now, 7th dimension. So the 7th dimension kind of falls into what we call the 7 laws, and it's 222 on my timer, the 7 laws of the universe. And what the 7 laws of the universe are actually relating to the 7 chakra systems that are in your body. So if you haven't or don't know what those are, just Google it. You'll see pictures of what the chakras are. I actually have them on my phone, which I can't even get to now, but I have them actually on my phone. So I use that as a guide every day. Try to live my life that way. Now, the 7 laws of the universe are not actually 7 laws. They are one law. And the one law is whatever you think in your head will eventually manifest to the outside world. So what have I been saying? What are you thinking? Because those thoughts, whether they're bad or good, are going to mess you up. Maybe. If you're thinking crazy. So the 7th dimension is that comprehension of integrating these chakra systems and living your life in that way. And a lot of people think of the 7th dimension as heaven. So where we go and we become these master manifestors and magically just do things. That's what the 7th dimension is. The 8th dimension is where the Akashic records are stored. And that's where every thought, every idea, everything that has ever happened, past, present, future, is stored. It's like a library. And you can access the Akashic record, my brother's name's Akash, records in meditation and different ways as well. So that's what that 8th dimension is. And you got to think of it as like an encompassing, I can really talk, encompassing kind of, it goes around your field and kind of like, it's almost like the internet. It's like the World Wide Web for life. So yeah, it's like a network. So that's the 8th dimension. Cool, hey? And then the 9th dimension is transcendence. So we've kind of gone through these different dimensions and you've gone through all these things. Now you've got to the 9th dimension and you actually go back to source. And the 9th dimension is actually the 1st dimension. So it's when you go back to your little circly life, the first part of you. You go back to source, you go back to whatever. So once you learn about these different dimensions, it's then easy to kind of see where this kind of spiritual path should lead you. Now, this karmic cycle that you might hear, or people just reliving lives over and over again, usually most people are getting stuck in that 4th dimension and they are not able to recreate something else because they're constantly just doing the same thing over and over again. So a lot of people are now moving to this 5th dimension where they're sitting above people. Essentially you're able to see above people. You're not above people. And then that allows you to then mentor to help them come up to this 5th dimension. The 6th dimension, again, also kind of sits underneath. So give me a second. So when you think about the different dimensions, so this is a card that I have. This is called the Merkaba. It's like a vehicle for, look it up. If you have any questions, let me know. But these different dimensions that I spoke about kind of forms this in actual reality, and the circle around it, everything, it forms this. And now as you go through the different stages, you're actually almost drawing this in your life. So it's cool. It's like we're living a puzzle. So I think it's pretty cool, pretty neat. It did take me a little bit to understand all of that stuff, but I think it is important to understand because it gives you the pieces. And then you can then go do your own research to figure out more. So if you found that beneficial, let me know and enjoy your weekend. Hopefully it's sunny and beautiful where you are. I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Bye-bye.